Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. Let's clear the air. Let's clear the air and let's get it right. Let's get it right. Caitlin Clark, generational talent. Let's get it right today. Caitlin Clark is a generational talent, and I see the response that's come in from the Indiana Fever fans. And folks, let me just clear the air, okay? Either Caitlin Clark is a generational talent or Caitlin Clark is not a generational talent. You can't have it both ways. And if I'm seeing it correctly, that I watched Caitlin Clark take the floor last year, folks, let me just tell you something. If you're going to have a generational talent, you better have a generational coach. Okay, you better have a generational coach, and you better have the best coaches money can buy. And if you're not ready to do that, and you look at Stephanie White and you look at the hires, and you want to, and here's what I'm hearing the fans come back and tell me. Well, in 212, all of this happened and all this work. Do you know how long 212 was ago? That was 13 years ago, right? Caitlin Clark's 22 years old. Okay, when the Indiana Fever won a championship, Caitlin Clark was 9 years old, and none of the players on that team of the Indiana Fever play like Caitlin Clark today. So what am I really saying? If the Indiana Fever are going to be the generational talent, because at the end of the day, why don't you just have Lynn Dunn coach the team, right? Lynn Dunn won the title back in 212. Why don't Lynn Dunn just be the coach of the Indiana Fever today? I mean, you got to ask me this, right? Because at the end of the day, you're contradicting yourself of calling Caitlin Clark a generational talent, right? And I don't have anything against the Kellys. I have zero against them. I had just never seen it. I dug into it, and I saw Sandy Badello's over there, New York Liberty. Her husband is the assistant coach, but his resume is 3 miles long with championships and the experience, and that's why the New York Liberty win. I got the Indiana Fever. You don't care about the Liberty, but the Liberty are going to three-peat, and I can pretty much tell you that just based on the structure, the organization, the governor, the general manager, how they put everything in place, how they prepared for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, you people can get on me, you can jump on me, and Kelly, I can tell you this right now. If you're going to have a generational talent, why not go out there and buy the best coaches money can buy, right? You got to go get the best coaches money can buy. And I'm not discounting these coaches. I'm just saying, why are we doing this to Caitlin Clark? I don't get it. And you know what? Here's what Money Bike has discovered out of all this from Kelly. Somebody's going to get fired here, folks. I can guarantee you. Kelly said it's a 3 to 5 year plan, and maybe she was speaking silently. But in 3 to 5 years, in the first 3 years, somebody's going to get fired. They're not going to be good enough, okay? They're not going to be good enough. And the Indiana Fever fans, I know you got your belief, but let me walk you down memory lane here because I really want to help you out. I mean, you had a generational talent in Indianapolis, right? His name was Peyton Manning. And you know what? What did you have to do for Peyton Manning to go win a Super Bowl, right? Because he couldn't get it done. He's a generational talent, and there's nobody better than Peyton Manning was, and he couldn't get past Tom Brady. But what'd you have to do? You had to go get the best coach money can buy. And this was a coach that had taken Tampa Bay all the way to the brink, okay? And he came in to Indianapolis, and he won a Super Bowl. That's when you get a coach and goes out and get the assistant coaches the best money you can buy. Now, here's what's going to happen, and we ain't going to take long on this. Indiana Fever are going to be sitting here just like the Dallas Cowboys, right? Because what are the Dallas Cowboys? What's the knock on the NFL, and why is Jerry the laughing stock of the NFL? I'll tell you why. Because he will not go out there and get the high-priced best coach that money can buy. He always wants to circumvent the process. What are the Indiana Fever doing? They're circumventing the process, right? Because at the end of the day, Jerry won with Jimmy Johnson, and he won with Bill Parcells, right? But you don't want anybody in there too headstrong, and this puts me back. And folks, I'm just bringing it to the table. I'm not going to go long on this. I'm going to cut this super short, but here's my deal. How in the world can you say Caitlin Clark is a generational talent when the generational talent can't go out and get the best coaches money can buy? And at the end of the day, what you did in 212, well, why not bring Lynn Dunn back then? Lynn Dunn, since she won it in 212, why won't Lynn Dunn come back and coach this team and win it again today? It's not possible, folks. And at some point, reality's going to set in. I don't got anything with the Kellys, beautiful baby, two coaches here. I just think they're over their head in trying to coach a generational talent because everyone can't do it, right? So when you got Sandy over there in New York, Kelly, you got to look at this. Kelly said it. Obviously, you put Christy Sides and land on a 2-year plan. That didn't work. Now you moved it to a 3 to 5 year plan. So really, this is a 7-year plan. And I can tell you this, folks, somebody's going to get fired in the next 3 years. I can guarantee you that because once you don't win, okay, it's not going to be Caitlin Clark. It's going to turn right back to the coaches. And I can tell you this about Peyton Manning. Man, oh man, you had to go over there. You won the Super Bowl. Ain't no doubt about it, but you had to go get the best coach money can buy and the best fit for Peyton. And guess what? Tony Dungy got the job done. Don't be like the Dallas Cowboys, just waiting and waiting and waiting. Pretty soon, Jerry's going to go on to heaven, and the boys or something are going to change this thing around because the Dallas Cowboys, Indiana Fever, are going to be just like the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to be searching and searching and searching. Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We're not going to miss on this. We'll tell you it's my opinion, but when the truth turns to fact, somebody's going to get fired, and I guarantee you that. And the Dallas Cowboys will be firing another coach this year. So whatever you want it to be, it could be. Kelly, it's your show. But Money Mike, we went round and round on this. Ain't no more round and round. Okay, you got the coaches. You got what you want. Win the WNBA championship. If you don't win it, somebody's going to get fired.